Back again, brothers and sisters. I just had a thought. Question for you. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it? I don't know about you, but I've asked myself this plenty of times. Have you ever asked yourself, why is it, out of all the races in the world, the Asians, the Latinos, whatever, why is that of all the races throughout the entire world, we're the ones that's rock bottom? And not only that, or viewed as rock bottom, I should say. Let me rephrase that. Why is it that the black race is viewed as being rock bottom as compared to other races and other nationalities? Why is it? Just look throughout the world. No other group of people goes through what we go through. Calamity after calamity after calamity. Not just here in America, all over the globe, black people are suffering. We suffer disrespect at the hands of all manner of races, not just white people. You ever ask yourself why we're so hated? You ever ask yourself why we are so disrespected? You ever ask yourself that? Of all the races, we are the most disrespected, downtrodden race. Everybody looks down on us. Everybody takes pot shots at black people. Why is that? I'll tell you why. You could agree with me or you could disagree with me. One of the reasons why is because we don't even have any respect for ourselves. We don't have any respect for ourselves as a people. We don't have any respect for ourselves as a race. We don't. Just take a look around you. You ain't got to take my word for it. It's out there. It's self-evident. We don't care for ourselves. We don't even like ourselves. So how do we expect other people to take us serious? How do we expect other people to like us when we don't like ourselves? How do we expect other people to love us when we don't even love ourselves? We don't love ourselves. We don't look out for our brothers. We don't look out for our sisters. It's a dog-eat-dog world when it comes to the black community. And we wonder why we ain't got shit. It is time for us to start looking for self, looking towards self, and doing for self. This is one of the reasons why we're looked down upon. You don't see any other races or nationalities begging a white man for crumbs, asking the white man to do something for him that he could do for himself. Now, do you? You don't see the Asians doing that. You can go to Chicago right now, up the road here, and go to Chinatown. Chinatown got everything they need. They ain't got to go to the white man for shit. They got their own resources. They got their own stores. They got their own banks. They're very prosperous. But the most important thing is they don't shop outside their community. They don't give their money away to other people. That money stays in their community and continues to circulate. And they do very well for themselves. If y'all never been, go check it out. They're very well organized. Why can't we do that? We're human beings just like them. You cut them, they bleed just like we bleed. So what's the difference between us and them? Why can't we do what they do? Same thing with my Latino brothers and sisters. Okay? Yeah, sure, at first when they first get here, they might take the menial jobs that nobody else wants. But more often than not, they're not going to stay there. They're going to take that job, cleaning bathrooms, scrubbing shit, whatever. Wherever the case is, they're going to make it do what it do. And they're going to use that as a step up for the come up. This is just temporary. We're working on bigger and better things here. You got a lot of people that come to this country don't even know how to speak English well. And they still come over here and do for self. So what's our problem, black man, black woman? Yeah, I understand that us as a people have gone through things that they haven't gone through. So everybody else is a few steps ahead of us. I understand that concept. Everybody else is a few steps ahead of us. Very true. Very true. But this is the information age, brothers and sisters. We got all sorts of information out there to help you do what you need to do for self. You got the internet, you got all sorts of books and all sorts of literature. All sorts of turns you could take to help you do what you need to do to be a success in life. This ain't the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. Hey, back in our parents' era, a lot of times they couldn't go to school. Okay? They had to do what they had to do to help their families. Hey, this is the new millennium now. What excuse y'all got now? There is no excuse. There is no excuse. None to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, brothers and sisters. It can be done. It happens every day. It happens every day. I don't care what color you are. If you're determined enough, you can make your reality on earth happen right here and right now. You don't have to wait till you die to get your pie and sweet by and by. No, you can get your pie right here on earth. Now, for you readers out there, I'm an avid reader. I got a library. Matter of fact, I'm in my library right now, /man cave. One book that you need to put in your library if you don't have it already. This is a must-have, black man, black woman. If you don't have this in your library, this needs to be an essential part of your library. Message to the Black Man in America by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Now, do you have to be a Muslim in order to read this book and understand the concepts of this book? No. Do you have to adhere to the tenets of Islam in order to have and understand the concepts of this book? No. Only thing you have to do is have an open mind and the willingness to do for self. I'm no Muslim, nor do I subscribe to the tenets of Islam. However, I don't care what religious persuasion you call yourself. Anybody of color can learn from this book right here. Anybody can learn and get something from this book. There's one particular section I'm looking at. It's called "The So-Called Negro Must Do Something for Himself." You must do something for yourself. And stop depending on your white daddy /massa to do for you what you could do for yourself. Begging the white man for crumbs and all its leftovers. That's how other races look at us. We're begging the white man for his leftovers and his crumbs. They don't do it, but we do. And it's pitiful. That's just like you looking at somebody and everybody knows this particular person. It's probably even in your family. Everybody knows an underachiever. Everybody knows an underachiever. You looking at this person, they're able-bodied, they're in perfect health and perfect strength. They can do everything else they need to do, but yet still, they somehow or another can't manage to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps. Everybody in the family is doing something for themselves. Everybody in the family got jobs, trying to better themselves, except for Pookie over here, except for you. You know, you could have you could have came from a family of 3 brothers and 2 sisters, raised by the same parents, raised by the same goals, to achieve the same goals and to do for self. But somehow or another, out of those 5, you're going to have one black sheep. Always that way. Why is it that you're not doing this? Why is it that you're not doing that? Why is it that you're not living to your potential? Everybody else was raised in the same house Receive the same teachers from the same parents. And yet you continue to just be a fuck up. That's how the world look at us. That's how the world views us. You know, there's once a time where the black man and the black woman was up here. And everybody looked up towards us. They looked towards us because of the way we were living. They looked towards us with regard to spirituality. They looked towards us with regard to running their kingdom. We were the blueprint for every other kingdom in the world. Because nobody else had culture. Except us. We had the culture. We had the culture. They had to come to us to get everything. And everybody is drawing a little bit from us and claiming for themselves. Let the world tell the black man has not contributed anything to the world. When in all actuality, that's a misnomer. We gave everything to the world. Or let me rephrase that. Everything was taken from us. Because we're the original man and original woman. And so they took from us. And they got the whole world believing it's them. When in all actuality, that was our concept. And that was our logic. Thousands of years ago. Make a long story short, we were once up here. Everybody else was looking up towards us for their life, for how to guide their lives, the blueprint. Now, everybody else is up here, and we right fucking bottom. Looking up, begging to do for self, for them to do for us what we could do for ourselves. We got to reverse that. We got to reverse that. It can be done. It can be done. When? When will it happen? That's the question of the day. When will it happen? You know what? I'm going to tell you like this here. And a lot of people would disagree with me. But that's your prerogative. Desegregation was the worst thing that could have happened to black people. Desegregation was the worst thing that could have happened to black people. Dr. King, God bless him, one of our great leaders of all time. But he led us into a burning barn. He led us to a burning barn. Trying to push ourselves off on people that don't want us. Trying to push ourselves off on people that hate our guts. At least during desegregation, we had our own. And we had no other choice. We had no other alternative but to look towards one another. Because we was all we had. We was all we had. Nobody else wanted anything to do with us. Like now, nobody want nothing to do with us. We don't even want nothing to do with us. The only difference is because of desegregation, that gives us the right to go where we want to go and shop where we want to shop and do whatever we want to do. You understand? But at least back then, we was all we had. We had no other choice. We had no other alternative but to deal with one another. We shopped amongst one another. We did business with one another. We had it going on. Like Black Wall Street back in Tulsa. We had it going on so well that they blew that up. The Oklahoma State National Guard. Because they was jealous. They was jealous of our prosperity. And I'm telling you, as God's my witness right now, if we could do that in 1921, in the height of Jim Crow, what the hell is stopping us now? What the hell is stopping us now for doing something for self? There's nothing but space and opportunity out there, brothers and sisters. And the only one that's stopping us is us. The only one that's preventing us to do for self is us. That's us. Look here. This was a beautiful brother here. Like I said, you don't have to be a Muslim or be under the tenets of Islam to appreciate the brother, the apostle, or the book and the teachings that this book has. If you don't have it, get it. It is essential for your library. It is essential for your well-being. Peace and blessings, family. Kwaheri. I'm gone. Peace.